Hi, second grade. I just wanted to share with you a little bit of a tutorial to help you with place value a little bit. So just an overview, I know we all know this, but this is place value street. On the right side here, we have our wee ones. Our wee ones are right in this tiny little house, and that is where the wee one units are able to go. Of course, there's only 9 rooms in this house, and so we are only allowed to have 9 wee ones in this house at any time. If there are more, that's a problem. When there becomes more than 9 wee ones, we know that they have to bundle and move next door to the tall tens where they have more room. Okay, when the tall tens get all filled up, they have to bundle and move next door to the humongous hundreds until those are all filled up, and then they would move on to the thunderous thousands. Okay, so we know that. So we know that we can have a number like, let me make a number here. I'm going to put some place value pieces in here to just demonstrate a number. So I put 1 of my 100 flats. I'm going to put 4 of my tall tens, and then I'll just do maybe 2 wee ones. Okay, so of course, to find this number, since all of these are legal, we're allowed to have this many there, they fit fine. So I can write the number by just looking how many are in the hundreds. There's 1 there, so I write a 1. How many are in the tens? There's 4, so I write a 4. How many are in the wee ones? There's only 2, so I write 2. And my number is 142. That's what this represents. Okay, so where it gets tricky is if you're given maybe numbers like maybe we have 13 tens. And what are you supposed to do with that? 13 tens. What are we supposed to do with that? Well, I'm going to help you out with that a little bit by showing you some tricks for figuring out how many 13 tens really is, or even bigger numbers from there. So let's do a little bit of practice like that. I'm just going to clear this real quick. Start all over. Okay, so the question would be, what if I had 13 tens? And you're supposed to just figure out how many that is, right? 13 tens. Okay, the first way I'm going to show you is I'm going to demonstrate with a model. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I just made a whole bunch. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that circle. So there we go. Okay, I made all of them right here. So this is 13. We've got yep, it's 13. Okay, so in order to figure out how many this is as a number, is I would have to take 10 of them and bundle them up to create 100, because we cannot have 13 tens in the tall tens tower. That is illegal. It's against the law. It can't be. So the place value police come knocking. Knock, knock, knock. How many you got in there? We have 13. Not allowed. So they take out their rope, and their rope can only hold 10. No more, no less. Exactly 10. So they start calling tens over. They say, you come here, you come here, you come here, right? And we need exactly 10 of them to come with us. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they're going to take those 10 like this, tie them up in a rope, and they bundle, and they become, watch this, 100. Okay, so that is 100. What do we have still over here? We have 3 tens. So the number then, all you have to do is say, I know I have 100 and I have 3 tens, and I have no wee ones. So that means that I have 130. Remember, no wee ones means there's a 0 in the wee ones place. So that's 130. 13 tens equals 130. Okay, now here's a really easy way to know that 13 tens equals 130. You'll notice you still see the number 13 in the answer. 1, 3, and then there's just a 0 at the end. Okay, so if you have 13 tens, a trick is you can just write 13 and put a 0 on the end. Okay, if you're converting from tens, just put a 0 on the end. Okay, if I had 13 hundreds, I would put 2 zeros on the end. It's that easy. Now, what if they said let me show you one like this. What if they said, how many hundreds are in 50 tens? Okay, so if they gave you something like this, 50 tens equals how many hundreds? Okay, so this one's a little bit different. If they just said how much is 50 tens, well, I could just say 50 with a zero on the end. Oh, 500. But they're saying how many hundreds? But you'll notice I kind of just gave you the answer because just like we did before, let me get a different color. When I said that we could do 50 tens, if it's 50 tens, you just write 50 and put a zero on the end. Well, look, 50 tens is 500. So over on the other side, they want to know how many hundreds. How many hundreds is 500? It's 5. 50 tens is the same thing as 500. 500 is the same thing as 5 hundreds. So that's all you got to do. Okay, what if they want you to convert maybe, let's say, a number where they give you how many hundreds, how many tens, how many ones, and you have to write the number. So if it's something like maybe like we'll do 200s, how about 26 ones and my mistake, 26 tens, right? And then they said that there are 4 ones. And they just want you to write the number, okay? We did some practice like this, but I want to just go over this. Here's the easiest, simplest way to do this. The first thing you do is you look at them and you say which one of these is not allowed, right? If any of them have more than 9, we need to convert. In this case, the tens have more than 9, which is not allowed. So we bundle. Here's the easiest way to do it without doing pictures or drawings or anything else, okay? We've done that, but sometimes we just don't have the materials or the time or the space. So here's what you can do. The tens has too much, so we know we have to bundle and move some to the hundreds. Here's what you do. Go ahead and circle the whatever digit is in the tens place of that number that's too big and draw an arrow up to the hundreds. Okay, this is the bundling. I'm going to bundle two of, it's not 2 tens, it's really 20 tens, right? Because the number is 26. So it's not really 2, it's 20. I'm going to bundle 20 of these tens, and that number right there, 2, represents that. I move it up to the hundreds place, right? 2 groups of tens that are both of 10 is hundreds. So that's just, you don't even have to get confused by that. Literally, look, if I take this number 2, I move it to the hundreds because I know it can't be there. Those 2 are bundling, they become hundreds. We had 2 hundreds there, and now we're adding 2 more hundreds. So this 2, I add 2 more and it becomes a 4. I can cross this out of the tens right down here because we moved it. Now I'm all done. This is my number. If you look right here, this is my number. 464. 464. And that's the answer. Okay, so if you have 2 hundreds, 26 tens, and 4 ones, you get 464. Let me show you one more like that just to help you out real quick, and then we'll call it a day. So if I have 100, 3 tens, and maybe 43 ones, okay, I can do this. Here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether any of them have too many. The hundreds are fine, they have 1. The 3s are 10, they're fine. The 10s are fine, I mean, because they have a 3. The 1s have 43. We know that that party is way too big. You cannot have 43 ones in the ones house. Okay, so the cops are coming. They say, I'm taking this right here and I'm making you 10s. So those 4 get added to what's already there. There were 3 there. We add 4 more. That's a 7. Cross this out. And all we have to do is write our number. There's 100. There's 7 tens. And there's 3 ones that are left over in the wee one's house. Okay, tiny party now. So that is my answer, 173. I hope that's a little bit helpful when you're solving some of these place value problems. And I will see you guys later.